I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm not having a good day, okay? Number one, bro, I just did a reaction video reacting to Jimmy High Roller's video talking about Bronny James. Long story short, there was no audio of Jimmy High Roller. It was just me talking the whole fucking time. So I have to scrap that. But long story short, that video, I was basically saying how Bronny James, bro, the fact that he was averaging like 40 points per game. I said 40 points per game. The fact that LeBron James Jr. was only averaging like 4 points per game and he shot like 37% from the field. The fact that he only shot 37% from the field, averaging 4 points per game, only averaging like 20 minutes per game, bro, and he was drafted. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he was fucking drafted is crazy, bro. That's the ultimate dick suck. I compared that shit to the NASA staying on the Bucks because of Giannis and Doc Rivers getting the job because of who Doc Rivers is. I can't even speak, bro. I can't even talk properly right now, bro. That's how fucking pissed I am, bro. The fact that Bronny James Jr. was able to get drafted in the second round over niggas that averaged way more points than him and that were way more productive than him in college, you know what I'm saying? It's dick suck. Let's just call it what it is. It's dick suck. But I don't want to sound like a hater, okay? Because I don't hate Bronny James. I hope he's drafted now. He's in the fucking league now, okay? So let's just hope that he lives up to the expectations of being a solid role player or being a starter later on in his career. Or he can exceed those expectations just like his pops did. You know what I'm saying? He could. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Klay fucking Thompson, okay? Half of the reason why I didn't upload any videos in like a month after I dropped the LeBron James video. Well, I did upload a video saying that the Dallas Mavericks was going to win the championship, but that video flopped and the Dallas Mavericks lost. So what the fuck am I going to keep that video up for? Why am I doing that, okay? Why would I do that? So with that being said, bro, like Klay Thompson's in Dallas. I'm kind of mixed on the signing. You know what I'm saying? Because on one hand, it is Klay Thompson. He has 4 championships. He's one of the greatest, if not the second greatest shooter in NBA history next to Curry. You know what I'm saying? He's got a solid resume. But Klay Thompson over the past 2.5 years has not been playing good basketball. Let's just call it how it is. I'm not saying he lost his shooting touch or nothing. He just hasn't been shooting the ball well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe playing with Luka Doncic and playing with Kyrie Irving will give him the space he needs to actually knock down his shots. But how I'm looking at it, bro, Klay Thompson, bro, I'm not happy about the signing, bro. I'm not. Klay Thompson is nice, don't get me wrong. He's really, really good, but the past 2-3 years he hasn't shown me anything. In Golden State, he lost his touch, wasn't really playing good. He shot 0 for 10 in an elimination game. Like, I don't think you can rely on Klay Thompson anymore to knock down shots or in the clutch, be clutch. Like I said, he could prove me wrong, but we gonna react to my boy, hold up. I forgot the nigga YouTube name, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The Flight Mike. This nigga's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Flight Mike, I remember this nigga was uploading 2K videos, and this nigga lost to Flight Reacts in a 1v1. But now this nigga's doing NBA, you know what I'm saying, news videos where he's giving out the news. You know what I'm saying? He's doing big things. You know what I'm saying?
Klay Thompson is about to become a member of the Dallas Mavericks. According to Thompson, is set to agree to a 3-year, $50 million deal with the defending Western Conference champs.
You are my brother. Let me apologize to you if I hurt you that we haven't been together. And God is good.
I can't believe it. Klay Thompson officially made his decision, and it's not with the Golden State Warriors. And when you look at the details of this contract, it's even more surprising. The Warriors have officially agreed to a sign and trade, and the details of this deal is just absolutely insane. So before we get to the content, this is our third.
Yeah, I need to know the details. Oh, yo, we got the same mic. Yo, we got the same. I don't know if y'all see the mic. We got the. Hold on, let me take it off real quick. Let me take it. Hold on. It's gonna be a lot of banging and banging. Hold up. It's gonna be a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, my nigga. Hold up. We got the, no, it's not that important. We got the same mic. We got the same fucking mic, okay? It's the same shit, all right? It's the same shit, all right? We gonna put the mic over here, all right? Same shit.
Out of the way. Cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? From the very beginning of this Klay Thompson saga, the one thing that Klay Thompson wanted the most was a max contract from the Warriors.
Yeah, that's where Klay got it fucked up. And I had an argument with my friend about this like a few weeks ago, okay? Klay Thompson right now is not worth no max contract. He's not worth $100 million, and he's not worth keeping for over 5+ years. He's not. This point in his career, he's not worth any of those three things. I told niggas the max that I would give Klay Thompson is a 4-year, $67-70 million deal. That's if I'm being generous. That's if I'm like, it's Klay Thompson. I gotta show Klay Thompson love, regardless of what the fuck he's playing like. If I'm on that type of timing, that's the max that I would give Klay Thompson. $70 million, 4 years. The fact that he got 3 years, $50 million, it's really fucking good. That's what I expected him to get from any, if he was trying to go to any other team. Any other team's offering him $40 to $50 million. And like I said earlier, if there's a team that's generous, they might give him 4 years, 70. You know what I'm saying? But niggas really, if Klay Thompson went into that Golden State Warriors office thinking he was gonna get a $100 million max contract, you're bugging, nigga. You shot 0 for 10 in elimination. We could have been in the fucking playoffs if you would have hit half of your fucking shots. But no, nigga, you want to shoot 0 for 10 in the field and you coming at me asking for $100 million? Bye. I'm sorry. Bye.
That they were dedicated to building around him. And I think that's what the problem between Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors was. You see, Klay Thompson was coming from the perspective that he did so much for the Golden State Warriors franchise, and therefore he felt like he deserved to get paid as such.
No.
And it's not that wild of an ask. I mean, you've seen it in years past. For example, the Lakers signed Kobe Bryant to a 2-year, $48 million contract, which doesn't sound like a lot today, but you have to understand this was about a decade ago. Despite him tearing his Achilles tendon as a thank you to Kobe Bryant for all the achievements that he's done for the Lakers. The trade-off was that the Lakers weren't necessarily the most competitive during Kobe Bryant's final years with the team. So it's been done before, but it doesn't necessarily translate to championships. And the Golden State Warriors were in a similar situation last year. Draymond Green was threatening to leave to a different team like the Sacramento Kings or the Los Angeles Lakers if he didn't get paid the amount that he felt like he was deserved. Ultimately, that amount didn't come out to be the max. The Warriors signed Draymond Green to a 4-year, $100 million contract, which I thought was fair at that point. The difference between Draymond and Klay is Klay felt like he deserved maximum money, despite having one of his worst years to date. This year, he averaged 18 points per game off of 39% shooting from 3, which is amazing, by the way, but it's a far contrast from when he was shooting 44% from 3 for the Golden State Warriors, and his defense took a bit of a hit because 1, he's going into his age 34 season this year, and 2, this is a man that suffered 2 of the worst injuries you could ever have as a NBA player, a torn Achilles and a torn ACL. At the end of the day, Klay Thompson felt disrespected. I personally don't understand why, considering how he got paid max money for the first 2 years of his last contract extension, which was given to him after he tore his ACL. The Golden State Warriors could have selected LaMelo Ball with the 2nd overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft, but they selected James Wiseman instead.
I think about that shit every fucking day, bro. The Warriors really could have got LaMelo Ball. Hold up, I got some shit. I got crust in my eye, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up like literally like an hour ago, brushed my teeth. Didn't have time to well, I had time to wash my face, but I was fiending to make this video. I'm not gonna lie, I was fiending. But yeah, bro. I think about this shit, bro. LaMelo Ball could have dead been a Golden State Warrior. He could have been like not even coming off the bench. He could have been like a starting 2 next to Curry. You know what I'm saying? Or when Curry's on the bench, you can have LaMelo Ball run the offense or run the floor. You know what I'm saying? That could have been nice because the Warriors already had Kevon Looney, and they could have got another big man in free agency if they really wanted to. They don't really need like a fucking superstar big man to win. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They got Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? But I understand their thinking. They were thinking, okay, James Wiseman was a phenom in college, bro. He was wilding in college. He's projected to be like a motherfucking a solid center in the league. You know what I'm saying? He also can spread the floor. He can shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? But he just ended up being like kind of like a bust. He kind of became a bust. I'm not gonna lie. James Wiseman did not live up to his expectations at all. But imagine if they had LaMelo Ball. You know what I'm saying? They could have been.
There was plenty of
they probably would have won
two
championships
to show Clay that they held him in very high regard and high esteem. And ultimately, Clay didn't accept that. It's just crazy because if you go all the way back to last year, you'd remember that Klay Thompson said he wanted a max deal.
Especially with Klay Thompson, who I'm told has an expectation that he would be rewarded with a new max level contract extension this offseason. He's got a year left on his deal at $43 million. Next year, he's come back this year. It certainly helped the team to a championship last year. Had a historic offensive season this season. Just the third player ever to have 300 three-pointers in a season. But this is an inflection point now for the Golden State organization with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and then Draymond Green, who could opt into his deal at $27 million. Warriors could be facing a payroll and luxury tax over $500 million.
Yeah, and if I'm an owner, I'm not doing that again, bro. I'm not going over the luxury tax again, bro. I know we won 3 championships. You know what I'm saying? When we did that shit, and then when KD left, we did win another one. But I'm not doing it again, bro. I don't want to go over the luxury tax. I don't want to overpay y'all niggas, and then we don't win shit. Especially since y'all niggas is in y'all mid to late going on late 30s. If I'm an owner, we not doing this again, bro. I'm gonna give y'all niggas y'all $100 million. The only nigga I'll give a max to is Curry. That's it. Curry's staying in Golden State. He's retiring in Golden State. But if Draymond Green, if you come in here asking for max, we shipping you off. Clay, if you come in here asking for max, especially since you haven't been playing good, we're shipping you off. If y'all were playing good and y'all were championship contenders, like every year, then that's something different. Then I'll think about giving y'all that money. But nigga, we have been playing bound for the past 2 years. Like 2 years ago, we lost to the Lakers, and then last year we didn't even make the playoffs. Or this season,
earlier today, Brian Windhorst said that the Los Angeles Lakers could very well make a run at Klay Thompson.
Well, he would be a perfect fit for the Lakers, and the Lakers are trying to get it done, and they may get it done. But, the thing about what the Lakers are is with what they've got on their roster and what they've got, to maneuver under the apron with eventually also re-signing LeBron James, they're a step away. They've got to make an intermediate trade. If they make that intermediate trade early today, I think the chances of them getting Klay increase. But I also think Klay is compelled by that match that you guys are talking about in Dallas. I think fitting alongside Luka and Kyrie would potentially be very comfortable for him. And, they've obviously proven that they're a serious contender. They are a better team than the Lakers, even by adding him. And so he's closer to a championship by joining the Mavericks in all likelihood than he is with the Lakers, pending any other moves.
I'm not gonna lie, Brian, you called it. This nigga called it before it happened. He said that he has a better chance of winning that championship go to Dallas than actually go to the Lakers.
Lakers might be able to pull off.
And this would be really significant. I mean, LeBron James was willing to take a significant pay cut so the Lakers could have their full MLE to pursue Klay Thompson. But here's the craziest part. Klay Thompson wouldn't follow in his father's footsteps to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. As a matter of fact, he would join the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, because according to Adrian Wojnarowski, breaking, free agent Klay Thompson plans to join the Dallas Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal with a player option, sources tell ESPN. Thompson ends his historic Warriors run as part of a multi-team sign and trade that'll also send Josh Green to the Charlotte Hornets. Now, here's the craziest part about all this. Woj also said that Thompson had 4-year offers for more money, but taking less was offset by the chance to win a 5th championship with the Mavericks and difference in state taxes. And it also says in this tweet that the Los Angeles Lakers were another huge contender for Thompson's services.
I was told the Lakers made a pretty compelling offer. It was around a 3-4 year mark, somewhere along the lines of $20 million per. They didn't get their guy, and it was going to take obviously a sign and trade scenario. So that had nothing to do with LeBron James' decision to take less. It was going to take a sign and trade to get Klay. It just did not happen.
Look, I think I'm going to make a completely separate video on the Lakers' perspective in all of this. But so far as a Laker fan, it's not looking good for us in free agency. Nope. We whiffed on Chris Paul. We whiffed on Klay Thompson. We whiffed on DeJounte Murray, which I don't understand.
No, that's a big whiff. Chris Paul and Klay, y'all weren't gonna get him. Especially Chris Paul. I don't know why y'all trying to get Chris Paul. I guess I know Chris Paul playing with LeBron, it sounds good on paper. But Chris Paul's, bro, he sucks now. Let's just call it what it is, bro. This ain't Chris Paul and Clippers. This ain't Chris Paul when he was in New Orleans. And this ain't Chris Paul when he was the last few years in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Chris, no. Just no. Okay? It ain't the same. He over there in San Antonio playing. He about to play with Victor Wembanyama. He about to give Victor Wembanyama a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, veteran leadership for that team. You know what I'm saying? Get Victor Wembanyama some more touches like he should. He's in a good spot, especially since he's, you know what I'm saying, diminishing as a star player in the NBA. Not picking up DeJounte Murray though, that's a big flop. I would have traded D'Lo, packaged him with Rui. I would have got rid of niggas for DeJounte Murray. Let's just say that, bro. They could have got DeJounte Murray. They fucked up.
We whiffed on DeJounte Murray because the Pelicans didn't give up much at all for DeJounte
Literally.
Murray. I guess in that case it was the Los Angeles Lakers.
You could have gave up D'Lo,
James Harden, but
and Jared Vanderbilt
wouldn't be able to compete
and some
with
picks.
the Los Angeles Clippers' overpay of James Harden. The Clippers gave James Harden a 2-year, $70 million contract for a guy that averaged 16 points and 8 assists this past year. So the Lakers can't compete with that ineptitude. And now the worst part of all is, according to Woj, LeBron is going to seek the full max as a result of this.
And so for the Lakers, I think ultimately LeBron James probably takes that full max because the kind of impact player they hope they could get is not available to them.
Now, screw my Los Angeles Lakers, because if you're watching this, there's a good chance you're either a Mavericks fan or a Warriors fan. But let's discuss the Warriors' contingency plan in all of this. They have a bunch of cap space freed up as a result of moving on from Chris Paul and moving on from KLAY Thompson. They tried to trade for Paul George, but the Los Angeles Clippers quite literally chose to screw over their own franchise and to even slightly help the Golden State Warriors, which is still baffling to me. So what's the Golden State Warriors' new plan? Well, keep an eye out on
Let me read that again.
Warriors, which is still
Go back.
their own franchise.
So the Clippers bet their future on Paul George. They face a grit reality after letting him walk. Clippers don't have a path to contention or rebuild after lowballing George out the door. Yup. I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. The Clippers organization has been trash ever since what's that nigga name? Don Sterling. Ever since Don Sterling was the fucking owner of the fucking franchise. Okay. Like, bro, every fucking year, even the years where they were contending, bro, they always come up short, bro. These niggas have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook on the same roster with a championship coach, and they still can't get it done, bro. This franchise is cursed, my nigga. And the fact that you're lowballing Paul George, who has been the most consistent player on your team for like the well over like the past 5-6 years since he got to your fucking team. He's been the most consistent player. He hasn't complained. He's got on the floor when he was available, whether he was, you know, saying his ankles were sore, any of that, bro. He played, bro. While Kawhi was over here, y'all was low managing Kawhi when James Harden was shitting the bed. You know what I'm saying? He was over here contributing for y'all, and y'all not gonna offer him no deal, no solid deal after y'all just gave Kawhi Leonard a 4-year max extension. Like, come on, bro.
Franchise, and to even
his franchise is not bound to win
Warriors,
anything anytime soon. And then on top of that, you give James Harden 2 years, 70 mil, and you don't want to give me my bread?
That Woj says here.
What the fuck? I'd be mad like
in Golden
too,
State,
bro.
one
Send me
player
to
that
Philly,
a
my
number of
nigga.
teams have tried to target. Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz.
I wanna see
Utah's not sure it
OT7
wants to
Quan.
trade him, but they have to listen. They've been listening, and a lot of the teams who lost out on Mikal Bridges from Brooklyn have transferred over to trying to see if they can land Lauri Markkanen out of Utah. Golden State is one of those.
Well, you need to be doing this
I love
in Dallas.
the idea of Lauri Markkanen on the Golden State Warriors. I mean, the guy shot 40% from 3 this past year. He's 7 foot, could play either the 5 or the 4 position. And technically, he hasn't even entered his prime years yet. He boasts one of the highest offensive box plus minuses in the NBA with a 5.1 and is a legitimate star. But in order to get Lauri Markkanen, Golden State Warriors would probably have to give up a lot of capital. And I can imagine the Utah Jazz entertaining it because this capital could set up the Utah Jazz for the next decade. The Golden State Warriors could offer Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and multiple future first-round picks.
I just peed. Let me up the, because that shit in 720p.
picks in order to get Lauri Markkanen in return, and I think that's a remarkable plan B if everything goes awry. But let's talk about what this means for the Dallas Mavericks. I personally love this deal for the Mavericks because you're not paying too much money to get Klay Thompson. You're paying him around $16.5 million a year, which is the perfect amount for a player.
Actually, now that I look at it like that, $16 million a year for Klay Thompson for 3 years is actually not that bad. That's actually a steal. Now I take back everything I said. We got Dallas Mavericks, bro. The Dallas Mavericks got Klay Thompson, not for pennies on the dollar. I'll say 20s on the 50s. They got him for 20s on the 50s when he's worth 100s on the 200s. You know what I'm saying? If you look at his resume, he's worth that. But now he's not really worth that. But like, y'all get what I'm saying.
Caliber. You saw this in the NBA Finals this past year. The Mavericks desperately needed scoring aside from Kyrie Irving and someone else to depend upon aside from Luka Doncic. There was a game that they depended on Tim Hardaway Jr., but he wasn't effective at all. Scored 0 points in the 20 minutes that he played. So the Mavericks are hoping that Klay Thompson could step in with his experience as a 4-time champion and also provide some much needed scoring on the perimeter. The problem is when you take a look at Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Klay Thompson, that's not necessarily the greatest perimeter defense in the NBA. So that would probably be my main concern. Defensively, at least on the perimeter, I expect Luka, Kyrie, and Klay to get cooked, unless if they make a huge change somehow in some way. Regardless, this addresses a huge position of need for the Dallas Mavericks. It gives Luka and Kyrie a future Hall of Famer that they could depend on, and it gives Klay Thompson an opportunity to further his Hall of Fame resume. Imagine how good it would feel for Klay Thompson to win a championship without the Golden State Warriors. At the end of the day, if you're the Warriors and Klay was asking for something like $25 million a year, you obviously couldn't give him that. The Klay Thompson, Steph Curry era Golden State Warriors reached the height of its powers, and this past year they weren't even able to win a play-in game. It's truly the end of an era for the Golden State Warriors, but it was one of the greatest eras for the Golden State Warriors of all time, and for that, Klay Thompson will one day see his jersey in the rafters. Klay gets an opportunity to further his legacy. The Dallas Mavericks get some much needed shooting, and it wasn't an overpay at all whatsoever. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're a Warriors fan how you feel about this. Aside from that, I don't know if you heard, but Paul George signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. We uploaded it at 4:30 a.m. Eastern last night. So if you guys missed our video on it, I have analysis and a huge deep.
Let me get my last thoughts on this because it's basically the end of the video. Okay. If you want to watch the video, you know what I'm saying, go subscribe to my guy. It's just right there. But, bro, I'm not going to say that I'm happy that Klay Thompson got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, but I'm not going to say I'm not happy. I'm happy that it is the Dallas Mavericks because that's the one flaw that the Dallas Mavericks have. On top of the fact that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving take up a majority of the ball and they ISO a lot, you know what I'm saying? When Kyrie and Luka are getting trapped and they got to swing it to Derrick Jones Jr. or they got to swing it to Jeff Green or they got to swing it to Maxi Kleber, they're not really, like, they can shoot the ball, but they're not knocked down. Or PJ Washington, too. They're not knocked down shooters. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson is a knockdown shooter. He is a shooter on the team that you can rely on, that when he's wide open and you swing him the ball off a double team, he's going to knock down his shot. Or if you need a nigga to shoot 4 or 5 threes and knock down 3 or 4 of them, you got Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? When Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are getting sat on, you can rely on Klay Thompson to get you like 15, 16 points all from the 3. You know what I'm saying? Which is high percentage shots, which is high value shots nowadays. So I look at it from that standpoint, but then I look at the fact that Klay Thompson over the past 2-3 years, yes, he has been shooting relatively decent from the 3-point line. Yes, 37% from the 3 is really, really good in hindsight, but this is a nigga that can shoot above 45% from the 3-point line on a good day. And the fact that he's averaging that numbers, and on top of that, in high stake moments, like in the playoffs when he went up against the Lakers, he was a no-show. In this previous season, when they went up against the Sacramento Kings, he was a no-show, bro. He had he had one of the lowest plus minuses in NBA history, and he shot 0 for 10 in a fucking elimination game, bro. We can't, like, Klay, if you come to Dallas playing like that, bro, you might be, you know what I'm saying, most wanted, you know what I'm saying, in the Blase enterprise. You might be most wanted. Anytime your face comes up, you might have to say something. I'm sorry, you might have to bring up some shit, you know what I'm saying? But let's just hope that doesn't happen. I don't want you to be America's Most Wanted, okay? I don't want you to be top priority in the Blase enterprise, okay? We don't want that. So I hope you play well. I hope you actually contribute, and I hope that your contribution leads to us making it back to the NBA Finals. I hope so, and I pray. But nonetheless, it's a good pickup. Nonetheless, the fact that we got Klay on 3 years, $50 million is low key a steal, because there's like this nigga said, the Lakers could have offered him 80 mil, and LeBron could have took a pay cut, and that would have brought him up to 100. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he said fuck that. I want to win a championship. Let's go to Dallas, which I respect, nigga. I will move like that too, bro. I'm 34, 35 years old. I need to get another championship before you know what I'm saying, it's over with. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace. Love y'all niggas.